way there. Let's kick it off with introductions. Starting in the bottom left corner, we have the Zerg player from Team Liquid. Give it up for Liquid Rhett.
In the top right, considered to be one of the most feared Protosses in the world, and certainly the one with the widest range of possible openings. It is going to be SKMC. You know, it's amazing to me with the kind of play that we've seen out of MC that he still fell to Stefano in the semifinals.
I know, that's what blows my mind, and that's why I'm even more hyped, because Stefano's been playing so well, and he got a full 10 hours of sleep as well.
That's another way of saying that he didn't make bad decisions last night. SKMC now doing the ring around Aru. He's going to form, it looks like, what's close to a hexagon around the Zerg base. Spawning pool is down in the bottom left. And, you know, we've seen players like Scarlet build that pool at around 12, apply a little bit of pressure, but Rhett always builds it on 15. Do you think that sort of predictability is coming to haunt Rhett in this series?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why they can time their hatcheries. MC waits for him just at the right time to block that hatchery, and that's got to be very frustrating for Rhett.
Now, generally with the 1 pylon block, this is somewhat standard, but if you go for the 2 pylon block, this is a really effective way to set yourself up for a 2-base all-in as Protoss, because again, the most effective answer to it is denying creep spread. So denying the hatch gives you just an extra 30 or 40 seconds edge on that Zerg player.
The thing is, though, that Daybreak, the third, is a little bit longer than conventional means. Daybreak just kind of out of the way, especially with that ramp that provides such a long pathway. And Rhett is fighting with this drone.
No. Oh, no. Oh, get out of there, drone, quickly. He's at 4 health. He needs to heal to 6. He's at 5. And now he's at 6. He's safe. He made it home. Yeah. Woo! Oh. One person there loves the healing mechanic. Plays a barbarian in Diablo 3. You won't believe how many healing buffs I have, dude. And I'm like, listen, I got to level 62.
Wow, you got
60
to level
as
62.
well, that is.
Oh,
the English language.
Well, Rhett will double expand at this point and just pretty much play standard from here, getting his expansion still at a pretty comfortable time. At the same time, MC able to get everything up at standard timings as well. Now, Daybreak, one thing I also really like about Daybreak just from a spectating view is that multiple styles are viable as well.
Yeah.
We've seen, actually, Protoss' favor really quick thirds, and MC is more than capable of grabbing it. We're talking about 8 to 9 minute mark.
Yeah, I think that 8 to 9 minute early third is just so, it's fun, right? Because you're just focusing so much on defense. You have the best possible force field placements given your building setup. The big question is, how is MC going to set up those defensive buildings whenever he does go to the third? At this point in the game, MC hasn't really revealed what direction he's going in. Has a nice little, is this a wall off? I mean, I feel like there's an entrance here and an entrance here. Yeah, I mean, are these... I mean, I don't know if these buttons are going to help reveal this for me, but I mean, I think that's a little bit of a, it's like a forward cybernetics core.
Yeah, I think MC, I mean, that's such a very peculiar path, but at the same time, MC's ways are not our ways, Sean.
Well, yeah, MC's like, this is perfect. You want 2 entrances for Zerglings. And I don't care. If he said it, I'd be like, absolutely.
That makes so much
totally,
sense to me.
I agree with you, GSL winner. Liquid Rhett now just kind of backing up. Again, 6 minutes is the standardized gas timing in this matchup. That's when players pretty much have unanimously agreed that this is the typical way to get enough gas to both get some sort of tech up and get roaches up if need be, and get the ling speed up eventually. It's just a nice timing. Rhett delaying it just a little bit due to the delay of these 2 hatches.
Yeah, and with that first Stalker coming out, MC, last time when he made, I mean, Rhett scouts all of this. When he saw this, they went through a 4-gate aggression, but MC gets the 2 gases extremely quickly this time, so he's switching up even though it looks a lot the same.
Liquid Rhett pulling back that Overlord. We're seeing the 2 gases now going down. That's quite a late gas. MC taking down the neutral supply depot at the bottom of his ramp. 2 geysers coming up for Rhett. No other tech, just starting to spread that creep. Again, needs the creep spread to be able to deal with some sort of early 2-base timing pressure. And Liquid Rhett sees the 2 gas geysers. This is always a big sign that there's aggression coming up. No doubt Rhett will be going layer first.
Yeah, why do you need so much gas? And of course, it's all centered around this fast robotics facility. Rhett does have another Overlord, but he wants to peek in as close as he can. Meanwhile, Rhett's still spreading creep very faithfully. His drone saturation is pretty decent, but could squeeze a little bit more. Now continuing to try to poke around with that Overlord to see if he can see anything on the outskirts.
Liquid Rhett, I just think is so responsible with these Zerglings. Just as you were talking about the Overlords going around the outskirts to do scouting in the main, he has the Lings really aggressively checking around, pulling them back only at the last possible second, also monitoring the third. And as you were saying, now is about as early a time as you would see an early expand. MC does have 3 gateways building. We don't see any 4, 5, and 6. Or excuse me. Yes. 4 generally comes after 3. Go ahead, Frodan. It's all you.
Well, MC does have an Observer Chrono boosted out. I mean, when you go for a quick Robo, sometimes you see the really fast Immortal out, so you can pump 3 Immortals out super quickly, have the Observer kind of rally and go for a push, but I'm really curious what MC wants to do from here.
MC is building that first Immortal. Generally, 4 gateways with a Robo is a telltale sign of an expand. But we've been seeing players go 4 gate, see what the Zerg's doing, and then just go straight into 8 gates total since they delayed those follow-ups. And MC, interestingly, just going to the front. Not really doing anything with this Observer yet.
Yeah, he's actually very active with a pack of Zealots and a Stalker to lead the way. And speed's almost done, so Rhett, if he gets enough units, could be able to trap him. But at the same time, MC, he could just be threatening to poke and then back right out.
Oh, he's going for a Creep Tumor kill. Excellent little cute move here by MC. And it looks like these Zealots were actually on follow with the Stalker. They were just chasing it along, and now he's just moving up, picking off these Creep Tumors at a really odd time, and I think Rhett is actually a little underprepared for it.
Yeah, those Zealots were, they do get maced around, and speed does finish, and the roaches pop out immediately. And those Zealots who were just following their buddy did not know why they ended up at the Zerg base. The Stalker leaves them for dead. Oh, Sean.
Oh, that poor set of Zealots. The Stalker now pulling back to tell the story of the 4 unwise ones. MC has a nice set of sentries. The Immortal is set up at that 3rd base. More Immortals popping out, and this is the dangerous period for every Protoss player. How do you hold off a holy frickin' expand Batman? I'm just going to interrupt myself and note that he's going for a 4th and a 5th, an infestation pit. We're not even at 11 minutes, Frodan.
Yeah, what were we saying before? If Protoss takes that fast 3rd, nothing stops Zerg from going for 4 or 5 bases, even teching to Hive extremely quickly. MC is pretty safe. There's nothing that can really break him, but there's nothing that he can really do to stop Rhett from doing this in the upcoming minutes.
And there's the big swell of gateways from MC. So cool to see these transitions that MC does. Generally, players go for Colossus, but MC favoring gateways and Blink Stalkers, which we saw perform brilliantly in games 1 and 2.
And now Rhett has a Spire ready on the way here, and we've been talking about his love to kind of incorporate Mutaling into his ZVP. And I mean, Daybreak's not a bad map to do it on.
Yeah, I mean, he is getting the 1-1 upgrades. Lings are in production. He has 900 gas. Right now, he'll probably be able to make 10 Mutalisks when the Spire does finish up. MC has those 4 gateways finishing up right now. Blink getting chrono boosted +2. Both players doing pretty much the standard compositions. It's all going to be down to how much MC can deflect this sort of Ling Mutalisk pressure.
Yeah, I mean, the way that Mutaling play on this map, I love the way Dongregoo does it. Constant counterattacks, sniping next side, going after probes, killing sentries, really disabling the Protoss. And Rhett's been experimenting with that a lot, trying to go that with when he played against Alicia. But look at this, using the gas immediately for Infestors instead.
This is kind of an interesting choice that Rhett does. He goes for the Spire and the Infestation Pit, and if he sees his opponent going a little bit too Blink Stalker heavy, then he just instantly goes Infestor, Ling, Tech to Hive. If his opponent is going a little bit low on the Blink Stalker, going for more Colossi, then he can instantly go for Ling Mutalisk. So Rhett sort of set himself up to do one of the best transitions. It can be a little expensive to go down both tech paths, but we see Rhett doing the correct decision, comfortably teching all the way up to Hive and sort of almost autopiloting and going Spire layer at the same time. Or Spire Hive again. Where is the second Spire? There it is, Spire number 2.
And the big thing is that MC is taking a fourth base in a center position, really taking a strong anchor point. Now his Stargate and his robotics bay, are finishing up at this point, giving some really important tech, able to pump out a lot of units while having the comfort of that mothership. MC also has a Warp Prism out, and last time we saw MC with a Warp Prism, able to put on a lot of harass. And Red, we've been seeing him multiple times break down on multiple aggression fronts, where the 2 Warp Prisms are warping at the top and bottom.
And there's the Zerglings trying to pierce into the third base, and we see MC doesn't even move a unit. Has complete confidence in that building wall off he set up.
And MC is just constantly moving that Warp Prism around. Red managed to catch a small glimpse with his Zerglings, but will he respond? I think he senses it. Yes, he's definitely on the path to defend it.
Red does have this nice little wall off at the front. He's already getting his Greater Spire. With the second Spire, I actually don't think this was a mistake. A lot of players are favoring the double upgrade on the air, just getting as beastly an army as they can, since it used to be kind of like the auto win when you got the Broodlord Infestor army, but now it's lately become just a good transition, so you may as well get all the upgrades you can for it. Warp Prism just chilling up at the top side of the map. MC just chilling at his fourth. And of course, the mothership will soon be joining to chill with the rest of the army.
Yeah, it is a very, very just passive style from MC, and he can play this as well. Everyone's so used to the aggressive MC that just attacks whenever timings he forges himself, but now MC does get a couple of Stalkers surrounded in the bottom right, but he even blinks out immediately. MC very cost efficient with these Stalkers, as always.
Yeah, God, MC is just so good about getting way more Stalkers than you think is reasonable, and then making just magic happen out of them. It's so easy to get a little overly obsessed with the Colossi or the Archon transition and try to go for the Archon toilet, but the core unit, the Stalker, MC knows exactly how to maximize the use.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people kind of get enamored by the idea of AoE against Zerg, says, I need it to clear everything. MC can win with pure Stalker against almost any composition you put up against if you give him enough.
And you know, Red is starting to identify where his weak spots were in these previous games. We have Spines and Spores up at the top left base. In the main base, we have a ton of Spines and Spores. And now that Liquid Red is beginning to be able to amass a big Broodlord army up to 4, getting 2 more at 6 now, he's starting to get to that critical mass. And once he breaks down that center destructible debris, he is going to be making the doom push to MC's natural.
Yeah, and this is the point where Red has to either, he's going to go for a counterattack, no, but MC denies it again. This has been shown multiple times, Sean. Red always tries to see there's an opening, but there is none. MC always shuts the door.
MC now taking his bottom right expansion. He saw that attempted counterattack at the top, so he built an expansion down at the bottom. A Warp Prism gets denied almost immediately by Red. And that's always a confidence booster at this stage in the game. You've been trying to get to the Broodlords. Now that you're getting them, you've just sacrificed a lot of mobility. But man, Ret is just being so responsible with these defensive structures.
Ooh, Ret does lose a lot of Zerglings in the bottom right after getting stormed. A nice bait from MC indeed. And a lot of Zerglings do end up dropping. But Ret loved that. He wanted to be able to trade just a little bit more units, a little bit more supply. And now he's got a lot of Broodlords. He's got 10 while he's got 11 Corruptors popping.
Oh, I think Ret has finally managed to get to his max comfort zone. He's taking his 6th base, and in conversing with Ret about what sort of things he's done to prepare for this event, trying to go for big attacks with Broodlord Infestor is less his focus with this Broodlord Infestor army. It's more to just snatch up this top and bottom expansions and put light pressure on this forward expansion.
And now it gets to the point where it's just very difficult for Ret to really remove himself from this Spinecrawler army. He wants to attack by it. He wants to be able to supplant himself in it. And MC's the one who kind of has initiative because in the end, Red's just taking over more of the map. And over time, that'll be the struggle. But at the same time, these upgrades from both players are amounting a lot. What do we see, Sean? We see a Graviton Catapult.
Oh my God, the Graviton. Oh.
And
carriers.
4 Stargates.
Carriers.
Oh.
You know, to be honest, the carrier truly is the late game transition. Like the late game transition for Protoss against a Zerg. It is nearly impossible to break a Broodlord Infestor Corruptor mix with all the spines lining the map. The only cost-effective solution has to be the carrier. And this is something that a lot of Protosses are neglecting to do, and I know in a lot of the practice games Ret has been training in, Protosses do stay on ground and do begin to lose at this phase. But again, we see frickin' 8. Okay, now let's... Now, you know how sometimes in first grade they'd have like a jar of jelly beans and you'd guess how many are in there? Did you not have that? Did you have a
I
terrible
did.
childhood?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I did. So.
It's like, we will not count jelly beans. We will only learn no recess. And Frodan was like, life's hard as a first grader,
Well,
but
I went to
don't
Chinese
worry.
school, man.
Oh, wow.
we do. We count everything in Chinese school.
So I want to
Light
play
up
the game.
balls.
Frodan, how many gateways are in the base?
Oh my God. 15.
Quickly, while nothing's going on, it looks like we have, there's 16, 17, 24 plus 1, 25. 25 gateways, 2 more in production. And here now MC is beginning to push. We see the carriers in production. MC's going to try to put a little bit of resources, or excuse me, a little bit of food away in this engagement. And once again, Rhett is looking just as strong as he was on dual site.
Yeah, I mean, a mini blink to try to snipe one of those Brew Lords. And at this point, MC is comfortable with trading that. And looks like MC does try to stack another one. But again, slowly trading so he can incorporate more carriers into his arm.
There it is. This is a difficult transition to step to. Certainly the carriers are the effective choice to have, but to... Now, is that characteristic of the enthusiasm of the crowd, or is that just because nothing's been going on? A building went down. Holding up signs. Obama toss. Prime Minister toss. Woo!
Oh, but MC, yeah, I mean, just like you said, it's really difficult at this part of the time. But, you know, both players are just, you know, what else can I get? What else can I get? Rhett's getting +3/+3. MC's getting shield upgrades. That's the stage of the game. Because if they know one bad confrontation could mean everything.
Yes. And I mean, just making sure that you can have this small force defend when it needs to. I mean, you have to throw away like a couple of units and then build 3 carriers. And then throw away a couple more units and then build 3 carriers. You can't just do what Zerg does and lose a whole Roach army and you have 50 larvae you can instantly replenish. With Protoss, it takes so long for those carriers to get built and then to add on the interceptors from then on. I mean, this is the slow game that Rhett wants, but he's got to be careful. He's low on corruptors. He has only 14. And I did use the word only.
He's actually making 5 more Broodlords as well. He's reducing his anti-air capability.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Is Neural Parasite, has it been researched? Oh, it looks like Rhett has stepped to 210 of 200. He's borking the game.
I see what you did there.
Oh, no. Neural Parasite has not been researched.
Oh,
That's essential to be able to deal with the carriers.
Yeah, you need to at least be able to latch onto some of them, use the DPS. I remember watching that TSL qualifier where Type Real accidentally waltzed 4 carriers in and immediate Neural Parasites. But look at that, the carriers have been revealed in the first group.
This is the reveal that Rhett needed when there was only 4 on the map, and now Rhett's going to say, gosh, I'm going to have to build 40 spine crawlers and get to 246 of 200.
And at this point, +3/+3 will finish for Rhett, so pretty much this is the strongest his army can get. Rogue just trying to go for that bottom expansion, but at this point, MC and Rhett have effectively drew lines into the sand and said, your side is there and my side is here.
19 Broodlords. For 19, Frodan. That's so many. I mean, I'm just going to go to this army tab and show the fact that Liquid Rhett has almost 10K in his army. It is so expensive. I mean, people look at the amount of money that these players have and say things like, God, he has so much money. Like, if MC's army dies, he can replenish back to exactly where it is once.
Yes.
That is how expensive these armies are.
About halfway as well. I mean, MC, trying to pick up another Broodlord, a very nice snipe, and carriers have actually ridiculous range. Their range is deceivingly long. After the interceptors shoot, carriers can move back and still attack.
Yeah, and with this wall of spines starting to bleed down onto the low ground, looks like MC's going to begin trying to take them out. MC is doing some good damage.
And Rhett still doesn't have Neural Parasite at all. Just trying to move up slowly with his static defense, but the Spine Crawlers are just the feedback from the Infestors. Very huge. Another feedback as well. And Rhett, without Fungals, definitely cannot confront this army.
This is just such a dangerous spot to be in. I mean, what do you do as Zerg? You actually have to start burning a lot of money on drones and Spore Crawlers, trying to win on the Interceptor battle. And right here, a nice engagement from Liquid Rhett, picking off a huge number of Interceptors there. We see all these carriers are busily rebuilding, many of them down to 5, 6 Interceptors.
Yeah, and you know, MC also has +3 on his tactical carriers, have one of the highest DPS per unit and when they have +3 attack. And MC, he's just using these 4 carriers just to poke around, and he hasn't overcommitted them. We thought he was going to do a mass air transition, but he's only been using 4 carriers.
And there we see a sentry steps up, trying to block off some of these infestors, but he runs into a wall of camel heads. Giraffe heads, excuse me.
What kind of camels have you seen?
Yeah, man, there's someone still trying to get that animal joke. Apologies for the confusion. Liquid Red, is he actually stepping into action? He's starting to cluster. That is not a very Vortex-proof angle. And it looks like a storm plants at the front. How can he engage? There he's starting to step into action, but he'll be in range of the feedbacks, and there's the fungal. One-shotting a character, one-shotting again, another incredible Vortex taking it down, but there's no way that MC can profitably engage in that situation. The Spine Crawlers joining the fray. The slow push from Red might slowly break this front of MC.
Oh, and the Corruptors do manage to escape with full health, able to really escape the claws of the Archon, and now Red's starting to rain down the Broodlings, really making it hard for him to confront. MC's army is very small as well because he has a huge amount of supply in his workers still.
85 workers, Frodan. That is way too many at this point.
And you can see the Corruptors are now trying to chase after the carriers and go for a snipe, but a huge storm weakens a lot of them. Red has to be so careful, even though he still has a larger armor.
Red starting to move his queens forward. Some nice transfuses to replenish some of the health on those damaged gas-heavy units. In the army tab, we see Ret at over 11,000 resources in his overall army.
And Ret still has the majority of it in his Broodlords and Corruptors. He's got 17 Broodlords still with 28 Corruptors, almost one-shotting carriers as soon as they come up.
How many Templar does MC have on the map? He's at up to 11 right now. There's a storm. It's going to do some damage to these Broodlords, but MC will lose this center expansion. Red having to be very careful. Moving forward, he started to step away from the Spine Crawlers. Things are getting clustered up. It's such a dangerous situation. We see the Interceptors darting forward. And there, they managed to get nabbed. Be careful. Be careful. There's a lot of feedbacks going down. He's lost almost all of the Infestors. He only has 3 remaining. There are 2 remaining now. And the Vortex, oh no. Liquid Red. Did he just lose all of his army?
He's sending the Archons, Sean. It's only a matter of time before they power out, but how many did he send? I didn't mean to catch all of them. MC still has a lot of stocks. We're about to find out in just a couple seconds what's going to happen.
And there's the blink forward. Liquid Red, oh no! He's getting absolutely decimated from a max army down to 100. MC has 4 carriers stepping back into the fray. The army tab has plummeted from over 11,000 minerals and 9,000 gas to just under 5,000 combined.
Oh, and the remaining Broodlords are getting picked up. The patience of MC has paid off. He is still maxed, and his bank is outrageous. You can see that Liquid Red's going to lose his top expansion as well, and MC, there's almost nothing stopping him. His carriers are doing a phenomenal DPS. The Stalkers doing great support. Sean, this army from Protoss is so mighty. It's very hard, but there are 26 Corruptors on the way.
Oh, Liquid Red, who had been patient for 20 full minutes, slowly extending forward, got overeager and went out of range of those essential Spine Crawlers. They were the only thing keeping those Archons away. But now with the 37 Corruptors from Liquid Red on the field and these brand new 8 Broodlords, he's going to try to hold off this army one last time and replenish enough to get back into the fray. There's the blink under the Broodlord count down to 4. So many Corruptors on the map. The Archons doing massive damage. More Stalkers getting warped in, and MC does the unthinkable again.
Oh my goodness, so much damage being put out everywhere. Red can't hold any longer the center expansion. The Immortals and Archons are doing so much damage to the economy, and MC managed to take out all of the Broodlords. There's only 24 Corruptors left, and that is no good against a ground-based army, Sean.
MC streaming in the 25 gateways he has back home, not even able to be used to their max capacity. He has 10K, 6K in the bank, and he is maxed again. Another stream of High Templar marching down to the bottom left.
Oh my goodness, and MC is going to have so much more. I mean, there's really, what can Red do? He's making one last army. He's using the remainder of his bank, but at this point, he has no more money. He's not mining anywhere, so this is it. You can see even one Sentry Force Fielding trying to get in the fight saying, me too.
Well, not you two. I just cannot believe, look at the resources lost tab. Was dead even and doubled in a matter of seconds, and there MC has just cleaned up the middle of the map. Was blinking back, he's just blinking back.
Well, like Rhett is now working on the line of cannons and trying to see if he can move around with the Corruptors, but MC just has to eliminate his army one more time, and the Zerg extermination will be complete on Daybreak. MC blinks forward, taking out some of these Broodlords as well. You see that he does back off just to regather himself for another blink cooldown, but for the most part, Rhett is this is his last effort. This is the only thing he can do.
Rhett is going to be up against 10 Archons and a Mothership with almost enough energy for another Vortex up to 91. We see the Infestor count beginning to increase. Liquid Red has almost 4,000 gas in the bank. A blink forward manages to get a good bunch of those Corruptors down. But he's just hit 100 energy. And the entire army is clustered together. Will it be another Vortex? And Liquid Red. Every single Archon marching right in. Liquid Red tries to throw down a couple of fungals. But SKMC says good game. And with the Vortex popping out, see ya later. MC at 3-0 at match point in game 4.
And this is just so fearsome because MC's playing the passive style. His style, everything he's doing is working. And this comes to the point of Sean in a series where it's just desperate because MC's doing everything. It seems like anything he does is working.
Yes. I mean, and if you list off what Liquid Red has been trying to do, he's been going Ling Roach aggression, Ling Roach Infestor aggression. He's been trying to deal with these one-gate plays. He just got to get the money army up, was in perfect position, and one subtle misstep, getting beyond the creep, immediately wiped him off the game. In Liquid Red's eyes, I mean, you're in the worst situation ever. It's not, I need to do this strategy. It's, well, I need to do the same strategy just perfectly.
Ooh, look again, those feedbacks. If we take a closer look at the action, man, really sectioning off those Infestors and then able to land this money Vortex, able to catch almost all of the army.
And there we see no creep nearby. The Archons leapt in. Weren't a lot of Archons there. And this is the moment where Rhett started to realize, oh my gosh, I think I might be able to break forward. And there we see all those units stepping away from the creep. The Corruptors sitting in the middle, taking massive damage, and Rhett's army plummeting down to nothing in a matter of seconds.
Well, Sean, Rhett has a huge tall order. Winning 400 Garou against MC is something very few people can do in the world. But we're going to find out when we come back for game number 4 between Rhett and MC. Don't go anywhere. I am Froden.
I'm Day 9. Match point. Stay tuned.